Hi there, my name is Lucas James, and I'll be teaching you today why content selling is so important and how to book hundreds of meetings a month from creating content online. So, if you don't know who I am, I built a multi-million dollar business with Twiz, and also last year we did $1.7 million in top line revenue. I did this as a kid in my 20s, and I'm here to show you that anybody on the internet can make money no matter what their age is or their experience level. They can always get started, right? So we're going to jump into this today and talk about why content is if content is and will always be king or queen. Now, basically, the reason it is because people buy from who they trust, right? And at the end of the day, if you build up enough trust online, it will build what's called an evergreen moat around your business. Now, a moat is something that's impenetrable in theory, and it's something that continues to bring you positive cash flow for years to come. And essentially what you want to do when you're creating content is you want to think of it as, how can I create content that no matter what the year is, if it's the year 2100, will somebody still be watching this content? That is what's so important. So I try to make content on things that are evergreen. So in that way, no matter who you are, you'll find it valuable down the road, right? Evergreen and niche. Now, as of last month, I actually booked 200 meetings from my social media platforms. That's Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. Podcasts as well. And what I do is I post an obscene amount of content. I post, hundreds of times per month. I have a whole team of assistants that help me produce content on a monthly basis. But I didn't start here. I started by just putting stuff out there that I thought was relevant to people who are working at different kinds of companies. And specifically, marketing agencies was our main target market. But now we service all types of businesses. Now, the thing is, when you are creating content, you always want to have a specific demographic in mind. And if you want to view content or watch a video on how to niche down to stay relevant, you can watch one of my related videos inside here to view some of the content on how to stay niche and relevant online. But ultimately, what we want to do is we want to have one niche that focuses on a specific demographic. And in my content, what I do is I will always use the word marketing agencies or agencies. That's kind of the tip of the spear demographic. Now, again, we work with a bunch of different companies, but that's sort of the tip of the spear. So I will always say that in my content, and that helps get more conversions because it's really direct response. The reason why so much social media doesn't work for people and why content typically doesn't work for people is because they're not seeing it as a direct response mechanism. Now, you don't always have to be salesy in your content. You don't always have to say, hey, buy this now, but you have to prompt them to take some sort of action. And the key is, and this is about behavioral conditioning, the key is that the more actions you can get somebody to take on a regular basis, the more they will build trust with you. And then when the time comes to purchase something, they will have purchased something. And so you want to prompt them to take action. So the more you can get them to do that, the better. The first action they take is just clicking on your link. So the better you can be at getting people to engage with you, that's action number one. The second thing is actually getting them to share your content. If you get them to share your content like wildfire, you've conditioned an audience to be able to promote your content for free, which is the best thing that you can do. And it's good for them too, because if they really like the content, then they'll share it. And that usually means you're providing value. And so just like having a good product, you typically have a fantastic piece of content if it's being shared a lot, right? So the best pieces of content that I've ever created have been shared thousands of times. And I really think that that's really the metric you need to be looking at when it comes to growing and scaling your content, just like it is when it comes to growing and scaling your business. I've met my best connections from the content that I put online. Just recently came in touch with somebody who exited a $350 million company because they just saw one of my YouTube videos. And so content selling is so important because you're actually able to get in touch with the right kind of people. Plus, you're building trust at scale. Plus, you're building an army of affiliates essentially to grow and scale your product, your business. And that's so important for any company at any stage of growth online, right? So I hope this has been helpful for you. Make sure that you create content on a regular basis, hopefully multiple times per day. And if you do this, you will grow and scale so much faster than if you were to avoid creating good content from day one. This is definitely the model I would have and should have taken from day one with my own business, but I waited pretty long to start creating content. And that is something that is probably my biggest regret. My business would probably be 5 times larger than it is today if I started creating content from day one. So don't be like me, but do follow this strategy because it is going to work for your business. Hopefully this has been helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below or feel free to share this with somebody you think would find it valuable, just like I described in this video. And if you think they would, then hopefully that just gets them more knowledge on how to grow and scale. And I hope this video helped you build a multi-million-dollar business as quickly as possible, like I was able to do as a kid in my 20s, right? You can do it. Anybody can do it. You can start and scale at any point in time, right? Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day.